Here?
Yeah, my name's Erica Ryer.
And you live in
Patagonia, Arizona.
And
Okay,
I mean, you don't have to even say
Yeah,
it
no, I'm
much.
trying to, I mean, I guess in some ways what's cool is that recently I feel like I've actually been manifesting a lot of my dreams. You know, I've always wanted to be a working artist and have that be my living. And lately that's what I'm doing. I have a little gallery shop and I'm doing it.
Yeah.
And I feel like living in a town this size makes it possible to do that. You know, I can be an artist and feed my family and sell work and not have to like work a 9-to-5 that's killing me.
Yeah.
And that was my goal as a child. My dad was an artist, my stepfather was an artist. And I just watched him struggle his whole life, like with his 9-to-5 and trying to do art after work. It's like, I don't want to do that.
Yeah. Do you feel like you had roadblocks in order
Oh my God.
the struggling, or
There was a lot of struggling. I lived in New York for like almost 10 years, and the cost of living there is so high, and there's so many people, it just will suck your soul right out of you. And I almost gave up in New York. I just was like, whatever, I'm just gonna be a housewife and drown my miseries. And then I saw this little job here, and I just picked up and left. My whole family came with me, and it's been amazing.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so in the last year and a half, I feel like the roadblocks have been dropping. But then I still have like bigger goals that, you know, I'm still trying to figure out, like, how am I gonna do those?
Yeah. So would you say you're pretty darn happy right now where you're at in your life?
I'm really happy right now.
Good.
I mean, it's so nice to be my own boss and, you know, to just be someplace where, you know, you know everyone and everyone cares about you and everyone's interesting. And,
Yeah.
you know, like, I really feel like I'm part of the community for the first time in a really long time.
And how long, you said you've been in Patagonia? We're in Patagonia, Arizona. How long have you been here?
A year and a half.
A year and a half.
Yeah.
And you opened your business
Just probably, 3 weeks or a month ago. It's been very recent.
And what's it called again?
Tumbleweed and Popple Swamp.
Okay, well, our plan is to get a blog up and kind of like, you know, just whoever looks at it or even traveling or anything, like, mention that. So we'll definitely try to, you know, put that
I'm
in
working
there.
on making a web store too at this point, because so many people come through this town that I feel like I make a lot of connections, and I want to have a way for them to keep purchasing from me. I mean, I sell stuff on Etsy and stuff, but I want something a little more focused. But
So, what, do you have any future goals of what you want to do business-wise?
My big goal eventually is to have a piece of property and become more self-sufficient. So having the shop is like a nice addendum to that.
Yeah.
But I feel like my goal is to really get on a piece of property and farm and have like a more sustainable lifestyle with my family.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So, and I'm not sure that I want it to be here. There's something inherent about desert life that seems unsustainable to me. I mean, that being said, Patagonia is different. I mean, you can tell. I mean, there's actually water here. It rains here for parts of the year extensively. And if you do it right, you can have a good source of water that you're not like taking off of like someone else's river or something. But my goal is to really go back to Maine. Which is really impoverished. Hard to live in.
Yeah, but you know, just getting your life kind of going here, and then
Exactly.
just go where you want to be. That's, I think everybody wants that, but it's so hard in this economy, like,
Exactly.
to do that.
And getting property. I mean, the thing is in this town, like, you know, property prices have dropped everywhere in the country, but here, it's a bunch of retirees that haven't lost enough money to feel like they need to sell their properties for reasonable amounts of money. I've never been in a town with such high property prices before. It's bizarre. Even a horrible little city lot is a ridiculous amount of money for a town this size. So,
But man, it's insanely beautiful.
it
here.
is so gorgeous. And this is like this isn't even in the summer when we have monsoon season.
Yeah.
And it rains like constantly. It's so lush and gorgeous and like grasslands in the desert. It's beautiful.
Yeah, I have never been here in the summertime before. It's good.
Yeah, like if you come in like August, it's crazy how green it is. You just can't even believe it. You just don't understand, because the rest of the year it looks pretty much like this.
Yeah.
But in the summer, it actually gets lush almost. So.
And how, if you don't mind, if at all I'm being nosy, please don't. I'm not offended at all. But so you seem pretty young.
I'm 33.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how old's your daughter?
My daughter's 7.
7.
Yeah.
So was she expected?
She was, actually. When I always said that I wanted to have a child when I was 36. And I had her when at 26. I had her when I was 26 exactly. So.
See, there, that's
yeah,
perfect.
Yeah, it
That's
seems like a
awesome.
nice age to me because when she's, in college, I'll still be young and
Yeah.
I'll still be able to do my own thing and I'll be more fun for her to be with.
Cool mom.
theoretically.
Yeah.
But this is a great town because there's a public Montessori school here.
Oh, awesome. Yeah.
So they have like animals. It's an amazing school, and she's flourishing there, and she loves it, and she can just run around. Like when I'm at my shop, she just runs around by herself and visits other places and friends. And
That's so cool.
there's so few places left in the country where you feel like you can let your kids run around. But if she goes someplace and people think, oh, that's not someplace Isadora's supposed to be, they call me. Like, Erica, do you know that Isadora's over at the gazebo? Or they'll come by the shop.
So cute. I have one more dream question, if that's all right. Sorry, I'm like silently nodding because it sounds like crap if I like go
Yeah.
I
Really understand.
So when you were having your soul sucked out in New York City, like how did you get through the hard times?
I don't know. It got really bad. I almost didn't. I mean, in total honesty, like I had a nervous breakdown and I was institutionalized at the end. It just got that bad, and that was kind of the breaking point for me. And I just kind of stumbled upon a really good counselor who could listen to me and totally understood why. Because a lot of people would be like, "What's your problem? It's in New York City. Everybody in the world wants to be in New York City." Like there was something wrong with me for not wanting to be there, and he understood. And just like you need to do what you want to do. It's like, and if it's the right thing, your family, your husband will go with you, and everything will be awesome. And I think it just gave me the confidence I needed to make the difference. But otherwise, I don't even know. It was a blur. Like that period of my life, I think back on it, and it's just like this dark, chaotic.
Were you not living? I mean, was it because you weren't living the life you wanted to, or you just there was a lot of just things not working out?
I think, I mean, I came from a really tiny town originally, and the biggest town I lived in before was Burlington, Vermont, which is not very big. And I never really wanted to live in the city. My husband is also an artist, and he got out of school and he had this idea that he wanted to live in New York and make it happen. And I said, okay, for a year. There's no staying in New York for a year unless you have like family that's willing to help you get out, because everything you make just goes to basic living expenses. So like the getting out, the trick is getting enough money to get out.
Yeah.
So we just kind of got rid of everything and left with nothing, and that was how we eventually did it. But it was a great dark time.
But look at you now.
I know.
No, you seem.
If you told me 2 years ago that this is where I'd be now, I would have told you were crazy. There's no way that I could change my life that much in 1 year, a year and a half. So I feel really lucky.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Dang.
All right, I think that's good.
Yeah, that's awesome.